how does adding and subtracting fractions work? The rule is, before we can combine them, we have to make sure that the denominators of the fractions are the same. To clarify what a denominator is, so we have a fraction represented by a square. The number on the bottom is what's called the denominator, and this number at the top is called the numerator. And suppose this is number 1 divided by a number 2, and what a fraction is simply the numerator divided by the denominator. Numerator and denominator. It's represented this way because it's easier and clearer than it is representing it by this way. We should also ask, why does this rule exist? Why can't we simply add fractions as they are? And to prove why we can't simply do this, let's try a very basic example. Let's try a half plus a quarter. And we know in general terms that it must equal 3/4. Now, these represented as fractions are half is 1/2, quarter is 1 divided by 4, and 3/4 is 3/4. Now, if we were to simply add them, half plus a quarter, so simply adding them would be 1 plus 1 numerator divided by 2 plus 4, which is 1 plus 1 is 2 divided by 2 plus 4, which is 6. And simplifying, we get 1/3, and this does not equal 3/4. And that's why we simply can't add or subtract fractions without changing the denominators. It results in completely different numbers. Alright, let's try this again. This time we follow the rule of making sure that the denominators are the same before we add fractions together. We've established that half plus a quarter is equal to 3/4. And notice we have a 2 in the denominator for this half and a 4 in the denominator of this number. So how do we get these to both be the same denominator? Well, 2 times 2 give us 4, and so half times 2 to both the numerator and the denominator. And this is really important because if we only do one side, it will change the number completely. So let's see as a side note, 1/2. If we times 2 only to the numerator, we get 2/2, which is 1. If we times only 2 to only the denominator, we get a quarter, and these do not equal a half. And so that's why we multiply the number to both the numerator and the denominator. Gives us 2 divided by 2 times 2 is 4, plus a quarter, and now the denominators are the same, so we know we can safely add them together. 2 plus 1 is the numerator, divided by 4, which is equal to 3 divided by 4. And note that when we add or subtract the fractions, only the numerator changes, while the denominator stays the same. And that's pretty much it. And if you found this lesson helpful, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next lesson where we'll be covering multiplying and dividing fractions.